Well. What a fucking fight card. It doesn't get much better than that, does it? Or does it? We can break it all down. If you're just joining us, which you are, because you've either clicked play on YouTube or your Spotify, we are post-fight Hex Fight Series 30, May 4th in Auckland, New Zealand. It is couple hours after the show. I've only just watched the show. I was caught up doing some other things. That's just some family stuff. So weirdly enough, and I knew, and I love it all, I had about 50 messages from people about the show, and I turned off all my notifications and watched it live, maybe or maybe not in my car on my 2-hour drive. But I watched it. I nearly died multiple times on the road because my God, what a fight card. I mean, look, we'll go through a little bit. This is just my first reaction. I'm going to try and hit up Callum Potter, and we're going to have a bit of a debrief in the coming days. But if you watched Hex Fight Series 30, or you want to know just some random dude's reaction to Hex Fight Series, or you don't know who I am or who Hex Fight Series are, you're about to be educated. So Hex Fight Series 30, like we said, May 4th in Auckland, New Zealand Trust Arena. A massive show for Hex. Couldn't be more stoked for them. Now, not going to cover all the fights. I actually didn't get to go through a lot of the undercard, so there are some that I'm missing out. But the fights that I'll be covering in this little period, this rant, if you will: Michael Barber versus Justin Van Heerden, Jamie Ederton versus Jenna Fabian, Raymond Quintana versus Blood Diamond, Stu Dare versus Navajo Sterling, Nobuyoshi Nakatsu Kasa versus Sean Gauchi for the Flyweight Championship, Brando Peric and Randall Raymond. If you want to hear about all the other fights, I didn't watch them. I will go back and watch them, I promise. But we will be doing a massive disservice. That's right, that is whiskey, because you got to have a drink after that card. I'm going to go top down, and these are my thoughts. We have to start with the Hex Heavyweight Championship. And look at me. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Randall Raymond is a superstar. I do not care that he is not 19 or 20 and looks like a beach model and speaks like a philosopher. He's him, man. And I don't just mean he's him in the sense of like he's the tough guy and he'll fight anyone anytime. I just mean like he is who he is, man. Listen to his post-fight. Listen to his press conferences, man. I have to make top 5 quotes of Randall Raymond just this week. He has, and if you have not joined us in mixed martial arts and you're like, hey, I wonder what the Hex heavyweight champion, I wonder what the best heavyweight in the entire Australasia, I wonder how he carries himself. Well, he previously had said he missed ciggies, so when he wins, he's going to jump on a ciggy. It's then progressed to cigars. He then made reference to maybe jumping on the glass Barbie, jumping on the glass pipe. Hilarious. There's like 50% of me that thinks he's joking. He then also post-fight with Frankie Barker, shout out, one of the best, said that he dressed really nice and that he should come to the gay club with him because Randall Raymond hung out at the gay club before the fight. And he's the heavyweight champion of Australasia. Superstar. Before I break the fight down a little bit further, Brando Peric, if you're listening, don't think you would be, but if anyone is listening and knows him and passes this on, for what my uneducated opinion is worth, that fight did more for you than any win against any other guy. what I saw, what the UFC saw, because they would have been watching, or they will watch. Like you are gonna be a champion, not just in the UFC. You're gonna be a champion if you keep that up and you can find a way. And I don't mean this to come off like I'm giving him some pep talk, because I couldn't tie his shoe. But what he did to Randall Raymond, knocking him down with that jab, and then getting caught tight in that armbar where his arm looked like it was going to snap. There were times where he was in some grappling exchanges and he was in a guillotine that would have finished anyone on the face of the fucking planet. And Peric just powered through, and he nearly finished the fight multiple times. He nearly got finished multiple times. It's like we saw 5 to 6 to 7 fights just between those two where it could have finished at any moment. Peric is the Balkan Bear, is very much that. Like he is a stud, man, and hopefully this doesn't deter him at all, and it shouldn't, because the reason why it shouldn't is because Randall Raymond is legit. Like he's a grappling black belt, bare knuckle boxer that is just as tough as it gets. Like he really is. Like he could fight in the UFC right now. Like you saw the grappling exchange when he got dropped by that jab. I think it was a jab by Brando. First of all, that's how strong Brando is. And the way he transitioned to an armbar, he did it like a featherweight. The dude's like 120 kilos. It's ridiculous. The elbows he copped from Brando, like no one survives that. It was insane. And then you put Randall Raymond on the mic, and he's like our version of Sean Strickland. He is entertainment. He's worth $1 million. He really is. And the sad bit about MMA is you might never see it. Like, even leading up to the fight, man, he did a hilarious video with one of his sponsors, and their gloves fell apart. And he did a video about being how, like, he was like, oh, these gloves are pretty shit, but, like, they're all right, and they support me, so, like, I support them. But look at their gloves, they're pretty shit. Ha, 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 ha. He's, like, the most endearing simulated murderer that we have in Australian MMA. And he's not, if he was just, like, a bare-knuckle boxer, which, look it up, he is like a pioneer of bare knuckle boxing. Like he wants to bring it to Australia. He wants to make it legalized. He does it just in his backyard with no crowd, with a mate, filmed on a Nokia, and puts it up, and it gets like 7 views because he doesn't market it. But it's like, that's how tough he is, and that's how much he loves like just bare knuckle fighting. He's just a better man than me. He's a better man than most. He would be in the top percentile of men walking the fucking planet, and he does it in our backyard. He's as tough as it gets, which then, you know, you jump on the other side, and Brando Peric, the fact that he nearly finished him multiple times, and the fact that Brando survived multiple situations with Randall, but no one else, that arm triangle, like Randall Raymond got him in an arm triangle, which is like his bread and butter. Randall Raymond, a black belt, is his bread and butter. And I will say this, I've heard at times that the Brando in the gym has had to really work hard in some moments to build, I want this to come out the right way, to build that like mental fortitude. And fuck did we see it, man. It was incredible by Brando. It was incredible by Randall Raymond. Sign Randall Raymond, man. Fucking do it. He fucking deserves it. He really, really does. And Brando, like, go away, get another fight. Fight anyone, I don't care who it is. Even in the UFC, soon too. Like, it's just, but Randall's 37. He fucking deserves it, man. And I know that none of them were looking at him. The UFC guys weren't looking at him. He's got a beautiful record. I think he's 14-3. He's tough as nails. He's not the most elegant flower we have when he speaks, but that's why we fucking love him. I'd maybe chill on the whole, like, free my boy from prison stuff. I don't know if the UFC is going to like that, but that's him, man. Like Suman and all those boys at the Australian top team, that's what makes Randall Randall, is he's fucking loyal. Like, oh man, I could talk for fucking hours about Randall Raymond and how much of a star he really fucking could be. And if this was sport, and I know that sponsors and stuff be scared of it, and Hex might even be scared of putting a microphone in his hand sometimes, but man, the way this world is going, and I feel like we're coming back from a little bit of that whole like PC shit or whatever you wanna say. We're coming back to just be who you are and be real. And Randall's a genuine dude, man. He's a nice fucking dude. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met in this sport. And he fucking deserves his shot. So I'm going to do what every other fighter does. Mick Maynard, Sean Shelby, even though you're not watching, if you are, just fucking give him a chance, man. He fucking deserves it. Randall Raymond could be a megastar. I mean it. Brando, head up. You'll fucking be back. You'll be in the UFC by the fucking end of the year. If you can keep getting fights, end of the year. That's how good you were. Anyway, I've got to move on because otherwise I won't get to bed at all. But another guy, fuck me dead. Another guy that has been so disrespected for so long, and that's Sean Gauci. And I know that like injuries come into it, and I've been more critical than anyone when it comes to fighting internationals. Look, a victim of the moment, I get it. I'm not the world's best at knowing internationals and what their resumes are and what they are worth, and he fought in Pancrase, or he did this or he did that, or whatever it is with the internationals. I don't know what any of that means really. It just sounds cool. But Nobuyoshi Nakatsukasa, he looked good, man. He just did. I mean, have your opinion. I don't care. I had an opinion 2 weeks ago about it. But what Sean Gauci did is you can only fight who's in front of you. And he starched the man. He was down for 30 seconds to a minute. Like, he popped him. Sean Gauci 100% made the right decision to go to flyweight. Still would have fucking loved to see him fight Cody Haddon, but... And then what I love about Sean Gauci is a very, very similar thing to Steve Erceg, man. And take you back a year ago, more over a year ago, Steve Erceg did a very similar thing. He had an international come in, he fucking starched him. And they actually had, I think, Mick Maynard there and Hunter Campbell were all there watching him at an Eternal event. And Steve went on a little rant, at least to me, and post-fight Eternal, and he was like, I'm sick of being underrated. And he's like the emotion came out, and you got like the real Erceg. And I feel like we got that from Gauci a little bit. Like, he didn't completely unload with what he said, but he basically kind of like looked down the barrel of the camera and he was like, give me a fucking chance and it'll be the best decision you ever make. And it actually gave me goosebumps. It could just be I'm a big old nerd when it comes to this shit, but it did. And there was like fire and passion behind it, and you could feel that like Gauci is tired of being disregarded, and he is slowly coming from, and if I can pip this from the old pro wrestling ranks, he has gone from undesirable to he is very close to being undeniable. And I tell you what, if he can get that Drillage fight or that Nickel fight, man, that would be good to see. The winner of that, I feel like all three of them feel underrated. But Sean Gauci, the night was your night. congratulations. It was good to see you on the mic, killing it. And as a flyweight, man, it doesn't matter who you beat. When you put guys out, it's special. Now, Navajo Sterling. Navajo Sterling owes Stu Dare a thank you card. Because I love Stu Dare. He is a stud. He was fighting up 2 weight classes. Let's be real. Navajo Sterling cannot find a fight on planet Earth. Now, he is tipped to go to the UFC, especially after Brando having to take a bit of a step back with this loss tonight. Like I said, he'll bounce back immediately. But Navajo Sterling just needs fights. He can fight like 3. I'm not saying this was that, so don't at me. But he can fight like 3 taxi cab drivers and they'll be like, yep, cool, 3 fights, that's cool. Because they already know he's good. They just need numbers of fights. I don't know why. I made the rules, but they do. And look, at the end of the day, we got to see Navajo move around a bit, which was cool. Throw some strikes, show how agile he was, without being totally disrespectful. He was always going to beat Stu Dare. He's special. Navajo, he really is special, and not because of that performance, just in general. He's got it all. But I think, he needed a dance partner, and Stu Dare, he took the dare, and I wouldn't have done it, but he did. And yeah, so hopefully Navajo's one step closer to getting a UFC shot, or at least a more intimidating foe, because the record maybe looks a bit more appealing now. But yeah, so it's good to see Nav at least get in there. As for Stu, I hope Stu's okay, and I hope he just enjoyed the biggest balls on planet Earth award, because any man that can step inside the cage against Navajo Sterling, especially 2 weight classes above, especially coming out of retirement, especially in another country, especially in under 2 weeks notice, it's fucking incredible. So, hats off to you. Don't fucking do it again. Please just fight middleweights. But, bro, balls of steel. But that fight was what it was. Like, let's be real. It happened. There were positives from it. Let's move on. Now, Blood Diamond. The man has copped so much shit online, and it is going to continue. Because what Raymond Quintana did with that uppercut and put him out, it does not help the amount of shit that people are giving Blood Diamond, which I still think is fucking ridiculous, because I get it. But it's unfortunate that, he's close with Israel Adesanya, so he copped shit for getting into the UFC. And they were like, oh, it's because of him. And look, I don't fucking know. I haven't put any research into it. But it would just suck. It would suck to be on that side. He's working hard. He's training. He's had his career. He's 37. He's worked hard. And every accomplishment he's ever had is taken away by someone who says he's shit. And then he finally gets another chance to prove himself outside, and he comes across against Raymond, who just looked fucking incredible. But yeah, that fight was what it was as well. Raymond, I don't know what he wants to fight at. He's now officially fought twice in 5 or 6 years, which is good. But if you look at his last couple of fights, I think it's like featherweight, super lightweight, welterweight. We'll go into this a little bit later, but if they are looking for a fight for June for Harry Webb, just fuck it. Just, there's a man that's willing. It's a nice record. He's 7-1. Harry Webb would jump at that. Fuck it. Just give Raymond a title shot at lightweight so Harry Webb gets a fight. Let's see how that goes down. I already know that John Campbell, Harry Webb's coach, immediately when he's heard this has just gone, accept. We'll take anything. I'm sure Raymond would jump at it as well. It's good to see, as Raymond said, ATT back on the map. I'm not talking about the other shit. I'm just talking about their records and their fights and their fighters. I know it's hard to get shows in Sydney. And it's hard to book ATT boys because, you know, they're a passionate bunch. But they're all really nice guys, at least to me. And I can only speak for how people treat me. And Suman Mokhtarian has been nothing short of a legend to me. He's always given me time, so I can never knock him. And Randall Raymond has been a superstar to me as well. And that's two dudes from ATT. And that gym seems to be flourishing, especially after the reports of, you know, shooting in the gym and stuff like that. Like, it's not what you want to see. You want those boys to be focusing on fighting, not having to be shot at. It takes, you know, shooting in the gym to a whole new level. And I hope everyone's okay, and I hope that stuff settles down because they're fucking good fighters. And even I think Farhood there, he cops a lot of shit online too. He's really good too. I think he's really good. And I think that team has a lot more to give Australian MMA. So hopefully they can stay on this side of the cage and in the good cage and display it. So best of luck to them. And yeah, if Raymart can get a good fight, we'll see where we go. Blood Diamond, I don't know. I'm going to tell a guy to retire, but like, I think, who knows? Maybe he's got caught. Like, I think there's still some fun fights for him to have. But no, we move on to bloody love this fight. Jenna Fabian and Jamie Ederden, or as Frankie Barker called her, Jamie Ederden. Look, it was a one-sided beating for 2 rounds. Nah, not a one-sided beating. But like, Jenna Fabian was winning. And the fact that Jamie Ederden turned it around, and once again, her post-fight press conference, her post-fight speech was fucking incredible too. Like, this beating someone, battling back, stopping Jenna Fabian, someone of the level that has fought in the PFL and whatnot before, stopping her and then going, just give me a fucking chance. You know what I love about all this too? Like, Sean Gauci did it too. And they're from the same gym. Jamie Ederden did it. They're not going like, give me a shot in the UFC. Both of them have said, give me anyone in the UFC. Give me a top 10. Give me a top 15 in the UFC. And I think that's fucking cool. Like, but Jamie Ederden, I first talked to her, I think a year ago, and I think she was 1-2. And now she's 4-2-1. Like, that's an attractive record. So hopefully she can get some real shots. Jenna Fabian looked real good too, so depending on what she wants to do. But it looked good for Australasian MMA. Jamie Ederden, I believe, coming up a weight class, maybe even 2. Fucking incredible. Just she's a bit of a stud too. So best of luck to her. Now, this is the last fight I really wanted to talk about. And then I'll go to bed because I just drove 2 hours back, said hello to my girlfriend for 2 seconds, and then came straight out here because I had to fucking talk about X Fight Series 30. Michael Barber versus Justin Van Heerden. Justin Van Heerden took the gamble, left Eternal, jumped ship to Hex, took a gamble, very easily could have taken out Michael Barber early, and it would have been all over, and it would have been great, and it would have looked amazing. But he had to battle back. Michael Barber made it look ugly like he always does because he's fucking tough as shit. I think Michael Barber needs a lot more respect on his name because he might come second in a lot of fights, but he'd never come third. Like, he just, I don't know, it didn't make any sense, but like, he always looks like he just comes second. Like, he only just misses out. You could put 10 guys in the room and he's the second best. He always walks away with the silver medal. And so you get this feeling that he's not very good because I think now he's 5-8. But he's a very tough fight for anyone. So he can make anyone not look pretty. And he didn't make Justin Van Heerden look pretty. Justin didn't. But the reason why I like this is Justin post-fight called out the Hex lightweight champion Harry Webb, and he called out Abdala Biada. Now, Abdala Biada, who's the featherweight champion for Hex, went up a weight class, lost to Harry Webb. right? If Justin Van Heerden came out and starched Barber, I'd be like, yeah, Justin, go fight Harry. Like, you look real good, whatever. But the fact that it was like gritty, it wasn't Justin's best performance. And then Abdala has the belt and he's coming off a loss to Harry. Like, it makes more like sense. And we all know that I'm not like a legitimate journalist or unbiased whatsoever. I like want the fights I want to see. I try to, but like at the end of the day, I'm just a fan. I'm not even a fucking journalist. I just love this shit. But if you get Justin and Abdala, that's the fight I want to see. It's going to be the most shit. They've been shit talking each other for over a year. They're shit talking in the comments right now. It's what I fucking love about them. And it sets it up for June. Hopefully Justin's okay. He was a bit cut physically, but it's 5 weeks. Maybe he can do it. I'm assuming he wants to, because everyone is going to push recovery aside so they can get a shot at the UFC 305 in August in Perth. But Abdala versus Justin Van Heerden, that's the fight to make. Now, guys, what a fucking card. It was sick. It was good. Look, there are things to fix production-wise, 100%. So, little aspects here and there I'd like to fix, absolutely. But in terms of like where this sport is going, Jesus Christ, it is. Jesus Christ, church. So that's a New Zealand joke. Just fucking amazing. Just shout out to Jacob Watts and all the other boys that I don't know their names, but very scary. No, they work hard. Everyone at Hex is fucking incredible. Everyone in Australia is incredible. I know everyone can hate each other and hate promotions and hate fighters and hate gyms and hate coaches, but this sport's never fucking been better. And it genuinely, like, it's cool. It's just really cool. It really is. I won't go into it too much. But it's just, I don't know. We'll go on to another time, but I don't know. I just feel like being a fan, and that's what I am first, and then being an annoying fucking talking media head, a pot stirrer, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm a fan first, and I love it. I love every aspect of it. I want everyone to do well. And from Jacob Watts and everyone at Hex to everyone that watched, from Michael Barber to Justin Van Heerden to Jamie Ederton to Jenna Fabian to Blood Diamond to Raymond to Navajo Sterling to Stu Dare to Sean Gauci to Nakatsu Kasa to Randall Raymond to Brando Peric. Like, my heart's full. My heart's empty. I feel great and I feel sad. I feel devastated for Brando, because I know he's waited half a fucking decade to get fights, and he feels like he has to go back to the drawing board, and like, don't. You're so close. You looked amazing. That loss did more for you than you'll ever fucking understand. In my eyes, in my opinion, for me on you. Like, you could have starched 10 guys. That fucking fight with your story is special. And Randall, man, is written off. Like we said, undesirable to undeniable. And that's the story of all of it. Fucking love it. Anyway, being a bit of a pussy, but I just fucking love this sport. I love you guys. And the fact that you fucking weirdos watch me talk shit. I'm sitting in the garage and I'm just talking shit about fights to myself. So you guys, go back to bed, start your day, whatever you're fucking doing. Like, subscribe, follow, because you guys are the fucking best. This sport's the best. Drive safe, live safe. Go fuck yourself. Peace.